despite having one of the best ongoing titles at DC right now, Oliver Queen is going through a rough time. Green Arrow is in a pretty bad spot. It sucks because his ongoing title is so good, but he's been hit with back-to-back ouchies, bad ones, not feel good since his ongoing got canceled, so it'll end at issue 31, which is very unfortunate because, like I said, it's really good. What Chris Condon and Montos are doing on there is great. I really enjoyed the first arc that we had with the Freshwater Killer, and now we got this current arc going on with the Crimson Archer, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm liking it a lot. It's just sadly it got canceled, and I don't blame DC because no one's buying it. I'm not like, DC, this book's great, you should keep it going, even though it's no one's reading it and it's losing a lot of money, you know? So I don't blame DC for canceling it. It's just unfortunate that more people aren't reading it because it is great. Now, the other bit of news that's disappointing with Green Arrow that's really rough is he got an absolute title that was announced. Like, he's going to be getting an absolute title. I think they said, if I remember correctly, I believe they said it was going to be a limited absolute title. I don't think it's ongoing. I can't remember, and I cannot be bothered to Google it. But I believe that he had it's in limited on absolute. But that was announced. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? We got the creative team. It's like, oh, how's it going to go? What's going to happen? Well, we got our first preview of that in the new Absolute book that came out this week, which was Absolute Evil #1. In this, we get to see Oliver Queen. And spoilers for this issue, if you haven't read it just came out this past Wednesday. We get our first look at Oliver Queen. He's in the Arrow Cave. He hasn't been Green Arrow yet, but he's been training clearly, and he's on the phone with Roy, and he's talking about how he has everything set up, and he's talking about how he's going to go after this guy who is the Epstein of the Absolute Universe. He's an actual character. I believe he's from Hard Traveling Heroes. I think he is from when Green Arrow and Green Lantern went on their road trip. I believe he's one of those guys, but they brought him back in the Absolute Universe, and the Absolute Universe, he's just like, he's an Epstein guy. He's got his island, he's got his kiddos, and Oliver's like, I'm going to go after him. And then after that, we don't see Ollie for a bit. It's like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. Then later, we have all the big bads of the Absolute Universe, like Vandal Savage, Joker, etc., all talking about whatever. And then Hawkman comes in, because Hawkman ain't exactly a good guy in this universe, and he brings in the corpse of Oliver Queen. So Ollie never got to complete his mission of taking down the Epstein of this universe. He didn't get to do it. He tried. Also, full disclosure, when I read this, I kind of, because there was a good bit in between this and when you first see Ollie in the beginning of the issue, I went full dumbass and I was like, did he just kill Shaggy Rogers? Why is I didn't realize it was Oliver Queen for a second. I was like, oh, it's Ollie. Oh, he killed Ollie. Oh, crap. But it didn't hit me at first when I saw the page because I was like, why is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo dead on the table? Why'd Hawkman do this? Just what? I was confused for a second, but then I realized. I was like, oh. Also, that Hawkman design is pretty dope. I think that looks really cool. Like that, the wings and this, he looks really cool. But Oliver Queen is dead, so that's the twist. Because when the Absolute Green Arrow book was first announced and they released like some previews, which is what we saw at the beginning, everything seemed to be the same, and it was like, what's gonna be the twist here? Why we're getting another Green Arrow book where everything's the same? Because with Batman it's different because he's not rich, his mom's still alive, he's ginormous. It's like he functions differently. His whole thing is about everything he builds. Like all of his villains are different. Everything's way different. Diana was like raised on Hell. She wasn't raised in Themyscira. There's like a whole lot of different things there. And then you have Superman. Is much different as well with his upbringing. He wasn't exactly raised by the Kents, and like there's a lot of difference with these characters. And then with Ollie, it was like it looked like everything was the same. So I was wondering, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna change? And well, it looks like Ollie's not gonna be Green Arrow. So the obvious thing is Roy's going to be Green Arrow. That's what it looks like. It looks like Roy Harper is going to be Green Arrow. I hope that's the case. I would love that because he's talking to Roy on the phone. I hope they don't do another switcheroo and be like, oh, it's not Roy, it's me or something. I hope it's Roy because Roy, Heroes in Crisis happened, and that was not a fun time for Roy fans. But then we had Flash Forward, and he had a little bit in that, which was great. I loved how he was used in Flash Forward. And since then, he hasn't really done a whole lot, and I like Roy. I think he's a really cool character, but he hasn't been involved too much. He was involved, in the Williamson run, as long with every other member of the Green Arrow family. It was way overstuffed, and I like this current run with Green Arrow. This current arc is focused on Roy, and I like that a lot, and so I'd be very happy with an Absolute Green Arrow book where it's Roy Harper as Green Arrow. I think that'd be cool. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what Absolute Roy Harper's up to. I think that could be really cool. I would be very interested to see the headspace in, especially because, you know, him and Ollie are having a conversation, so it seems like it's safe to assume they are close in this universe. So if he's inspired by the death of Ollie to go out there and be Green Arrow, that could be interesting. That could be, you know, an interesting motivation for Roy, and I'm so down for that. It sucks for Oliver Queen because, you know, his main title got canceled, like, and the consolation was at least we have an absolute title. Nope, you don't even got an absolute title with Ollie. He's dead in this universe. But Roy, you know, Roy would be nice. I think that could be cool. I'd be down for that. But we'll see. We don't know who's going to be the Green Arrow, but it seems like it's going to be Roy. Now, as far as the main title goes, I would urge you to read it. It's really good if you like good comic books. If you're a Green Arrow fan and you haven't read a Green Arrow comic in a while, when Chris Condon took over, it got really good. The Joshua Williams stuff was okay. There was some decent stuff at first, but then he kind of he told the same story over and over again. Like, he told this one story, and then we got to a new arc, and then it was the same story again. So it was like the same story for like 14 issues or however long it was. And it was also very overstuffed because he just put every single member of the Green Arrow family in there, even the new ones, like Red Canary, who's just a really boring-ass character. And so you didn't really get much Ollie because it was just everyone had to have their page time. But when Chris Condon came on there, he wanted to take him back to more of like the Mike Grell route and have him be a bit more of a street level hero and make it more focused on Ollie. And I love that. I'm so happy he took that turn. And Montos is the artist on it. He's amazing. He was great on Green Lantern War Journal with Philip K. Johnson. I really liked what Montos did on there. I believe that was my first exposure to him. And then in Green Arrow, at first I was like, I don't know how he's going to do a Green Arrow, but he won me over super fast. His style does fit Green Arrow. He's amazing. Does a lot of cool stuff. It's genuinely one of the best comic books you can pick out up right now, so it's unfortunate that it's being canceled at issue 31. I really like how Ollie is. Ollie's very passionate about things. He is the bleeding heart that he's always been, and I really like that. And I like that Ollie is a man of action too. He does stuff. It's not like Tom Taylor's Nightwing. You know, he made Nightwing like a bleeding heart and kind of like a very progressive type guy, but he didn't do anything. He would kind of just sit. Remember, there was the homeless killer, the heartless killer that was out there ripping the hearts out of people of Bloodhaven like constantly for 100 issues or however long, and for years, and Nightwing just didn't do anything about it. There was like homeless kids that were robbing people in Bloodhaven, and he's like, well, you know, they're homeless, so they can do whatever they want. You know, two wrongs, that's fine. You know, if you're wrong, then you can wrong other people. But Ollie is actually like what you would want from that, where he's actually has his causes, has his beliefs, and actually fights for them. And it's really cool because you have the Freshwater Killers, where I won't completely spoil it for people that haven't read it, but you have these people that are behind it that have been wrong, that have evil has been done to them, like horrific things have been done to them, but in return they are murdering people. And Ollie's not cool with that, but he sees the both sides of it, but he still goes and stops the criminals. He still stops the people that are committing murder, even though something horrific was done to them. It's still, you know, two wrongs don't make a lot right. And I'm like, I like that. And Ollie's very feisty. I love the characterization of Ollie. He's still cracking jokes also. And I really enjoyed that first arc. And in this current arc, you have the Crimson Archer, who's a Silver Age guy that he brought back that hasn't been used since the Silver Age. So it was cool to see him brought back. And in this, he's got this new strain of drug called Crimson Sands. It's sort of like a new advanced heroin, and he's killing all the drug peddlers in the city with it. He's just making them OD on his drug and like getting other people hooked on it. And Roy gets hit with it in the beginning of the arc, and that kind of sends Ollie into a bit of a spiral because, you know, Roy's got his history with drugs, and he's like, Roy wouldn't use, when Roy's like there, and he goes to the emergency room, to the hospital, and Roy's like, you know, in the bed, just completely just out of it because he OD'd, and the doctor's telling him like, yeah, he overdosed, and Ollie's like, he wouldn't use, he would never do that. And the doctor's like, hey man, I'm just telling you what, like, the diagnosis. I'm not saying if he did anything or not. I'm just letting you know. And so you get great moments like that, and you get some really great character work with Ollie and Roy, and Roy's daughter is used very well in this, and I really like the dynamic between Roy and his daughter, and it's just, Condon gets these characters, man, and it's really good. I like it a lot, and I can't wait to see how this arc wraps up. It's just unfortunate that it's ending in issue 31. But yeah, I might do a deeper video on Chris Condon's run on Green Arrow when it wraps up, maybe, because I really do enjoy it a lot, and it's unfortunate that more people aren't reading it, because again, I don't blame DC for canceling it, because again, you can't just keep a book around that's not selling at all, because I know there's a lot of comics that people aren't reading, but it's unfortunate that this is one of those because it's actually really good. It is worth your time and money. I would highly recommend you go check it out. But yeah, that's basically all I had to say. I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. What do you think about what's going on? Are you excited for Absolute Green Arrow? Do you have any other theories about who's going to be Absolute Green Arrow, or have you been reading Green Arrow? I want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.
Hey, skinny boy, saucy boy, I be running to the bank. Yeah, you know I hit the gas in the whip full tank. Riding past the ocean while I'm listening to Frank.